auto for search.
Hello YouTube, and welcome to my Qliphoth duel. And it looks like we have a more or less interesting hand of it. So we're gonna need to see what the banished reflects. Ooh, this is gonna come in with rulings, because banished is on the light. Do pendulum monsters get banished? Or do they go to the extra deck? Well, that doesn't seem good. Looks like he might be running the Necrophase mill deck. And he gained plenty amount of life points for that, and then he can use Ancient Fleet to have a pot of greed. We lost a lot of cards at the game. Made some changes. I found a card that allows me to directly search out tools, which is really nice. So he has all of them pedigrees. Dang. He's getting all of them pluses. Well, he certainly seems to have an interesting deck, so we'll give him props for running that. And it's quite tempting to play these types of decks, especially on Death Pro, because a lot of people are running Shaddolls and Lights ones and Heroes, and so sometimes you're just thinking, you know what, I'll just run this, people are going to be running Lights ones, I'm going to win off of it and make people angry. Come on. Get some macro. Don't really need to hit macro because I do have World Decree. So thinking I'm gonna hit one of these other guys. Let's see if he hit a tool. Nope, this is the card that I added. He did an Archives and the Genome, which is maybe sad, but it's alright. So let's continue on. MST with friend here. He gains plenty of life points. That's 2 cards, so he gains 2,000 apiece. I just don't want this for autos to be MST. That's what I'm afraid of right now. But it doesn't look like, despite all the draw power, that he has much. He just has his Banisher of Light. So we'll normal summon this. I guess we'll just run right into him. We'll take the 17, but gain 1,000. And we'll be able to search out tools. And if anything happens, we'll be able to start popping off the supply unit. So we'll set both the double summon and the World Decree, because I think once I get World Decree on him, I'll win. And they do get banished. Wow. Yeah, and we did add more targets. We added Trampolinix, because it's a great card to have in the other Pendulum Zone, so that's why you're not giving up a Death Row and Archive. And so, you can abuse Tool with Trampolinix, because when you You can search, and then you can use trampoline during your pendulum summon to return tool, and then activate tool again and get out another search. Would cost 1600 life points, yet it could be very worth it because you'd be able to get in those OTK. So he's going to get Necroface, and when he does, he's going to return everything, and he's going to have a really big beater. So this should probably put a downer on him. Genome, why couldn't you been an archive? Have an archive. Oh well. We can double summon, so we need to do damage, so I'm thinking taking a disc. Take this because we have this double summon, so that's nice. We can normal summon. No, do not tribute disc. It shouldn't be saying that, it should be summoning without tribute. Activate double summon. Normal summon these guys. It would destroy a spell or trap and would destroy macro, despite the fact that it's negated. So that's where he's gaining all of his life point, and it's what's really messing with us. So we destroy macro and summon out an archive and genome. And we'll be able to do a decent amount of damage. And then during the end phase we'll get a draw off of supply unit because these two will be destroyed. Which would be just absolutely great because it's the draw power. So we will be slowly taking out his humongous amount of life points that he has, and maybe we'll be able to win. Granted that he doesn't get a deflator on him. That's the one thing I don't want to see. So we have a shell, so that isn't bad. We can search out an archive if we don't draw into a Linux or an Odd Eyes. Or a Rescue Rad, that Rescue Rad would also work. And then we can pendulum summon all of our monsters, tribute them for shell, destroy some soul absorptions, and if he has a monster, bounce back a monster. But Dark Core, this could one time. Yep. That's not gonna be. So he's gonna gain 2,000, no, just 1,000 for that. Kinda figured he was running this code. And he has that soul release. And he probably has a chaos breed. That, or he has, oh yeah, he has Necroface, so he's gonna summon him, and he's gonna be a really big beater. Is it gonna be game? Nope, it's only gonna be 41, so we're gonna take a huge amount of damage, but it's still okay. Well, if we go into a Monarch Storm 4th, just the card I needed. Just the card I needed. So, I know, we could have gone over without it because you could have used Archive. So, we use Archive and then place Archive in the Pendulum Zone. Summon all the ones from the extra deck and not the shell. So we'll be able to get over him, and we'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. Oh yeah, you can unflush some monsters from the extra deck. That's right. We did that. Oh well, we can still use Archive, so we will normally summon and get these two. And he can attack twice, and Archive can destroy Soul Absorption, and Genome can destroy a Soul Absorption, and Archive can return Necrophase to the hand, which could allow him to go off again if he wanted to be as powerful. Either way, we're about to do 62. We're about to do a lot of damage. This would definitely be an OTK for just a lot of decks. So this is 62, and then we have the 42 over here. This guy is not going to be a hack. And he can attack again next time, and he does do piercing damage, which is really nice. I haven't yet seen him do it yet, because he doesn't normally get rid of my opponent's monsters yet. And so it's like he's top decking. Is he gonna have anything good? Yeah, it's the Cyber Valley. Not too bad. You can use that to plus, and you can gain some life points off of that. But it's not going to stay off on the field. We're going to search out that disc. We're going to search out the disc. You don't even need to. Yeah, we could get rid of that, and then tribute it off with that, and then we'd be able to do another 62. So this is game, either way. But let's just do the easy route. I've never seen it ask that before. So I feel this definitely shows how good this Pendulum Summon deck is and how much damage it can quickly put on board. As I mean, it can be very consistent, and it just works. Because it really doesn't take much, and the cards, they just come back, so they're never really dead unless they did get banished. I mean, when they were banished, I was very upset. I knew that I lost them and I wanted to have gotten them back, but he did summon the Necrophase, and so that's kind of what gave me a little bit more of an advantage, that I got back those cards. And with Pendulums, I feel this deck is really great. It's not the best deck. It's not going to become really meta unless nothing else proves itself to be better than the Shaddoll. If like we don't get a Shockmaster or we don't get anything that immediately shuts down Shaddolls, then this might be a deck that some people might play. Because Monarchs, they can run Soul Drain. Like this deck could run Soul Drain. Obviously, it can't run Macro because I think at one point we saw Odd Eyes get banished. So unless they change the ruling on that, this deck couldn't run Macro, couldn't run Deep Vision. No, it could run Deep Vision because Pendulum monsters in the Pendulum Zone aren't considered. But then with the whole tributing, yeah. So if you were to go into more of a Monarch form, which might be interesting because these guys can be searched by Monarch Stormforth, as I said in my deck profile. No, not Monarch Stormforth, what is it? Unearthing the Monarchs or something like that. These guys can be searched by that card. So if you win with a more Monarch-based Qliphoth deck, then maybe you'd be able to have a better time and be able to go up against Shaddolls a lot easier. This is mainly just trying to look at it as a pure deck, and I feel it has a lot of OTK potential. It can swarm the field, get rid of your opponent's monsters, and hit them right early in the game. And like this was only 8 turns, and so like with the new decks that are coming out with Shaddolls, they want to have the game start longer, so that way they can get cards in their hands, so that way they can make the Nephilims and the Midrash, because they also need to play around Midrash. And they only allowed one's first summon also, so they can't make big moves right away, they need to play around that. So I feel that this deck if nothing else proves itself to be better than Shadow's, then this deck we might see some play, and Monarchs might become a deck that a lot of people might like to play. Like, these guys are all Earth, so there's no fear of super polying right now unless they come out with an Earth Shadow, which they might. And so I feel that this could be a contender. We might see this being played. Again, if we don't see anything else that immediately proves itself to be better than Shadows. If we were to get Shockmaster, then of course the Hell Knights and Stealth Scepters would become tier 1. But until we get Shockmaster, Qliphoth might be a thing. Qliphoth might just be a thing. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys check out my other stuff. I'm trying to do something very special for you guys. I'm hoping that'll work, and when it does, I'll tell you. See you guys later. Bye.